Hi everyone, welcome back to Domina Chase's Humanistic BDSM. That took me 3 tries to get correct. So today's topic will be more of an intro. As much as I want to be creative because I am a writer, we're going to have to call this BDSM 101 because that's what people are going to research or Google. So let's start out with what is BDSM? Okay, so let's bring it back down. So I've done an intro video somewhere here, I don't know how this fucking shit works, on what humanistic BDSM is. Humanistic BDSM, let's pretend it's here. On what humanistic BDSM is, but I want to do a talk about what BDSM is. I got inspired because just before this, I did an Instagram live interview with Pratisandi, and I really shout out to them. Thank you so much for having me and asking me about BDSM. So they are a youth-led organization based in India, and they are advocating for I should have written this down. Basically, non-judgmental sex education. So since this is it's a new organization and it's really about sex education. It was the very, very basics, and it was great because I was able to talk about things that I haven't talked about in a while, to be honest, because I've been doing more, advanced topics. So we're gonna go over to the glossary. I have my iPad here. So what is BDSM? It's actually a compound acronym. So B and D is bondage and discipline. D and S is domination and submission. And S and M is sadism and masochism. So I'm going to read straight from here. So the acronym has been expanded from its original use to become a catch-all term that encompasses all consenting kink activities. Vanilla people often associate BDSM with sex, but there are many BDSM practitioners that separate BDSM play from their sexual activities. One can also participate in BDSM and be completely asexual. There's actually, reading this right before recording, I realized that another assumption that I should also add here is that vanilla people often associate BDSM with pain. But BDSM does not have to involve pain. If you are one of our lovely followers of humanistic BDSM, you know that I believe that BDSM is as wide and varied as there are people. Okay, so we got over the technical dictionary 4.0 definition of what BDSM is. And as you can tell, it's really broad. Basically, it's anything not vanilla. And that tends to be really, really very narrow definition. So a lot of things are actually can be considered kink. The most strict definition is, cishet, penetrative, vaginal, penile sex. But you can also have vanilla sex between people of different sexes and genders, just nothing that is just the pure physical act of copulation. That's vanilla. There's nothing else going on. So what is kink? What is big? Domina Chase, tell us. What is it? What does it mean? How do I do it? With such a narrow definition of what vanilla sex is and vanilla play is, you've probably actually been kinky or have done BDSM and don't realize it. BDSM can be something as simple as biting someone while you're making out, or scratching, or a little hair tug. So that's why people are sometimes surprised when they enter into BDSM and they realize, oh, I've been doing kinky things. I have been practicing BDSM. I just did not know it. So congratulations, you were secretly kinky and you had no idea. So some basics that I wanted to go over. So this, like, what is kink? So not sex. You don't have to have sex when you decide to engage in BDSM. So BDSM happens in, oh Lord, sorry, my dress, I don't know why this is all stretchy right now. So BDSM scenes that are more organized are happen within scenes. So when you have scenes, it's about the different, there's a lot of different type of activities. It doesn't have to be sexual. It can be. It doesn't have to involve like any genitals. It can be very lighthearted. It can be all the way up to violence. So instead of talking about esoterics, let me talk about very, very concrete specifics to give you an idea. So on the more gentle side of the spectrum, I like to say that it can be as gentle as like feeding someone ice cream. This is I am into humiliation and I am very sadistic, and there's different ways to be sadistic. So imagine that you have someone that you're feeding ice cream to, and they love ice cream. So you give them ice cream. Then you give them more ice cream, and then more ice cream, and then more ice cream, and more ice cream, and more ice cream, till like, oh my God, I'm gonna puke. I had too much ice cream. So there you see, like, yes, okay, so like there's tummy aches, there's that type of pain. But that's a very like simple, gentle type of BDSM scene. It doesn't have to involve sex. I didn't say like dump it on their genitals and like eat it off their junk or eat it off their ass. Like, you can, but it's just like, it could just be that you giving them a bowl of ice cream and say, here you go, have some ice cream. So that's how an example of where it can be not sexual. All the way to me, I am just not into blood play. So for me, this is more extreme. Is like hook suspension. So that's where you actually physically take hooks into people's skin and suspend them by hooks in their skin, which is a hard limit for me, by the way. And I don't judge. This is one of those situations where your kink is not my kink. And I don't want to watch it. I can't, like I will support you with my eyes closed, type situation. So that's why, and both of those instances are not sexual. So one involved pain, one did not. So let's talk about the pain. So one way, again, the ice cream, or it could be just controlling someone's mind, controlling their orgasm, saying that you can jerk off till right about you're about to come, but you are not allowed to come. And you can do that up to 3 times a day, but you're not allowed to come. So, okay, again, you get the blue balls. I'm trying to think of like one that doesn't have like some sort of like pain associated with it. Like, like someone having to do homework, like you don't get to have, ice cream. I don't know why, maybe I'm craving ice cream. You don't get to have ice cream until you're done your homework. I mean, okay, so that sounds, so there's different ways of doing that. But see, it's BDSM when it's like codified, when you have this expectation, this is what you need to do, or like you don't get a reward, or you will get a reward. And I know we're gonna have to do the reward and pain thing in another video. I just wanted to cover basics of what is BDSM. And yeah, so all of this rambling basically means you can turn anything kinky. anything can be BDSM. It doesn't have to be painful. It doesn't have to involve sex. But what it does need to have is it must have consent and safety. Safety and consent. Consensus and safety. Like, those are the foundations of BDSM. We'll talk more about, like, I guess, techniques and technicalities, but that's really the first place to start when you're involving another person. So in our follow-up video, I will talk about how to identify what your role is and what feels good for you. Like, are you so sneak peek, are you a top? Are you a bottom? Are you a dominant? Are you a submissive? Because those are 4 different things. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. See, catch myself. Thank you, everyone, not just guys. I apologize. It's like California coming out. So thank you, everyone, for listening. I will see you in the next video. If you did like this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on Facebook. If you really like it, go find us on Patreon. You can join in on our Discord server, where it's Discord, so we even have a nude section, like, whatever, just run wild. And we have personal sections there. But otherwise, we'll continue this series next week. It will be on roles and identifying that for yourself. All right, everyone. See you later. Bye. Thank you. Bye. Bye.